I'm Chaz Curry, Wide Open Team Mechanic, and today we're going to take you through how to set up a tubeless tyre. So the main benefits of running a tubeless system are you get far less of those annoying punctures. With no tube in the tyre, it allows the carcass of the tyre to deform better over any sort of terrain, but also you don't get those annoying snakebite punctures. It is lighter as well. And with a tyre filled with gunk, any little punctures you get will self-seal, so it doesn't stop your ride right in the middle. To set up your tubeless wheels, you're going to need a wheel, a tubeless tyre, some tyre juice tyre sealant, an air shock compressor or charger pump, brake juice disc brake cleaner, and some fork juice. Right, so the first thing you're going to need to do is to prep everything. So this wheel has already got tubeless tape on it and a tubeless valve inserted and fitted, okay? So you can't just use standard tape. Get all of this stuff from your local bike shop or off the internet. You're also going to need a tubeless tyre. Make sure it's a tubeless tyre or it won't set up properly. So the first thing to do part of this process is to fit the tyre. You just want to put half the tyre on at first to begin with. Make sure it's the right way round and you've got the rotation running correctly. Next, we're going to start to put the second side of the tyre onto the rim. So a little tip is, if you've got a new tyre and it's quite tight on your rim, just to push the bead into the centre of the rim and it just gives you a little bit more room to play with. So with the tyre pretty much fitted, just this bottom bit off, we're now going to add our tyre sealant, tyre juice. Give it a good shake and pour the bottle into that open part of the tyre. So the amount you use depends on the size of your tyre. For a 650 tyre, you're looking to use about 2/3 of a bottle. However, with a new tyre, I always recommend using a little bit more. The other trick I use with a new tyre is to just give the bead a spray with brake juice. Every new tyre comes through with a release agent on it to get it out of the mould, and it's a bit slippery and it stops your tubeless tyre from sealing, or it can stop your tubeless tyre from sealing. So a bit of a squirt with brake juice gets rid of that release agent, makes your tubeless setup a little bit easier. So we now want to get the rest of that tyre seated. With your tyre on, we're just going to roll it round and make sure that that tubeless sealant has got everywhere in the tyre. I'm now going to remove the valve core. This is a really good tip for getting as much air as possible, as quickly as possible, into your tyre. So to set up a tubeless tyre, you really want to get as much air as possible into the tyre as quickly as possible. You can do it with a track pump, but it is a bit hit or miss. I like using one of these, which is an air shot. This is already pumped up to 160 psi, so once we flip the switch on this, it's going to flood the air into the tyre and really seat it very, very quickly. So I'm going to screw the air shot into the valve, and then I'm going to flip the switch, and you can see how easy that went up. Once you've heard that bead pop into place, and it really is an audible pop, you know that your tyre's nice and seated and you can see that it's holding air. The next bit you've got to be a bit quick about. So I'm going to unscrew my air shot and just cover that valve with my finger to stop the air escaping and stop that tyre from coming unseated. Next I'm going to get my valve core and very quickly screw that back in. I'm just going to take a pair of needle nose pliers around the collar and just make sure it's done up nice and tight. Then I'm going to use my track pump to make sure the tyre's up to pressure. I'm going to pump it up to 40 psi just to make sure that sealant has got into all the gaps. And we're just going to have a listen and see if we can hear any air escaping. Give the sealant a good shake around inside, bounce it off the floor a little bit. Make sure that that sealant's getting into anywhere where air might be seeping out. Now the best idea is to take it for a quick ride. So we're just going to clean off any excess tyre sealant now. We're going to give our rotors a quick spray with some disc brake cleaner. Make sure they're not contaminated with any tyre sealant. Now if at this point you're ending up with a low spot in your tyre, the tyre's not seating properly, then take the tyre off, or half of the tyre off, and just spray a little bit of fork juice around the problem area, and that will help the tyre pop into place on the rim. It's a really good little tip, that. So there you go, one tubeless tyre set up and on the rim, ready to ride. It really is as easy as that. It needn't be a struggle, just as long as you do everything in the right order and you've got the right bits of kit. See you next time.